Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the top 7 SUVs so reliable they'll outlive you. Number 7. Toyota Highlander. The Toyota Highlander is one of those rare SUVs that seems less like a machine and more like a long-term life partner, minus the arguments and oil leaks. In 2025, this mid-size SUV continues to build on Toyota's legendary reputation for longevity. It doesn't just last a long time, it might very well outlive you. According to Consumer Reports, the Highlander consistently scores high on reliability, with recent models hovering around a rock-solid 4 out of 5. And if you're thinking that's just talk, here's a number to chew on. A well-maintained Highlander has been reported to cross the 250,000-mile mark with ease, and some owners even stretch it to 300,000 miles without major repairs. That's like driving coast to coast more than 100 times and still not needing a new SUV. The starting price for the 2025 Highlander sits around $39,000, which isn't pocket change, but when you realize it's built like a rolling tank with a soft spot for your wallet, it starts to make financial sense. Oil changes, brakes, and basic maintenance, that's really all it asks for. In an age where some SUVs beg for repairs before they hit 100,000 miles, the Highlander just shrugs and keeps going. It doesn't try to be flashy, and it's never the loudest on the block, but when it comes to outlasting the competition, and possibly you, it's a quiet overachiever. This isn't the kind of SUV you lease and forget. It's the kind you buy and then hand down like a family heirloom with the engine still whispering, "I'm good for another 100,000. Number 6. Acura MDX. The Acura MDX isn't just an SUV, it's a long-term commitment with a doctorate in dependability. In 2025, it still wears the premium badge but brings old-school Honda engineering underneath, and that's where the magic lies. According to Consumer Reports, the MDX has earned reliability scores consistently around 4 out of 5, and it has a track record for hitting 200,000 miles without major breakdowns. Some drivers have squeezed well over 300,000 miles out of it, which means it's more likely to age gracefully while you're dealing with knee pain and retirement plans. With a starting price around $50,000 in 2025, the MDX doesn't exactly scream bargain. But reliability isn't cheap, and neither is peace of mind. What you're paying for is an SUV that doesn't treat every warning light like a midlife crisis. It's the type of vehicle that survives the brutal Midwest winters, the scorching Arizona heat, and still shows up ready to go on Monday morning without so much as a hiccup. Maintenance is predictable, and when it does need attention, it's usually minor and spaced out enough to keep your wallet calm. If your idea of reliability includes a long-running engine, fewer dealership visits, and an uncanny ability to keep going long after your knees give out, the Acura MDX deserves a spot in your garage, and maybe in your will. Number 5. Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester is the kind of SUV that just refuses to quit. In 2025, it stays true to its reputation for going the distance, reliably, stubbornly, and without drama. Consumer Reports has been kind to the Forester over the years, often giving it a reliability score of 4 out of 5 or higher. And on the odometer front, many Foresters routinely cross the 200,000-mile mark, with plenty making it to 250,000 and beyond, especially when owners remember to feed it regular oil changes and keep it out of drag races. You can get your hands on a brand new 2025 Forester for about $28,000, and that's a price that makes sense for a vehicle this loyal. It doesn't throw tantrums in the form of unexpected repairs, and it doesn't get finicky as it ages. Subaru's boxer engine and symmetrical all-wheel drive might sound like marketing fluff, but they're part of the reason this SUV just keeps chugging along no matter the terrain or climate. What makes the Forester truly impressive isn't horsepower or tech gimmicks, it's the way it quietly refuses to die. You'll run out of road trip destinations before this thing throws in the towel. It's the SUV equivalent of the last working appliance in your house. Dependable, low maintenance, and always ready to go. When people say Subaru owners are loyal, it's usually because their cars won't give them a reason to leave. Number 4. Toyota RAV4. The Toyota RAV4 has reliability baked into its DNA. In 2025, it's still one of the safest bets on four wheels if your goal is to buy a compact SUV and then forget about it for a very long time. According to Consumer Reports, the RAV4 consistently pulls in a reliability score of 4 out of 5, and in some years even perfect 5s. Longevity. This SUV routinely clocks 250,000 miles, and many have been documented pushing well beyond 300,000 without begging for retirement. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but it will absolutely outlive your last 3 smartphones, your water heater, and possibly even your career. The 2025 RAV4 starts at around $29,000, which feels like a bargain when you realize you're investing in 2 decades of transportation. Owners who stick to basic maintenance, think oil changes, brakes, filters, often drive their RAV4s for 15 years or more with no drama. No mysterious warning lights, no sudden repair bills that feel like a ransom note. It's not trying to impress anyone. It just shows up every day, rain or shine, and does exactly what it's supposed to do: start, drive, and keep going. This is the SUV for people who want the opposite of excitement from their car. If you're the kind of person who keeps their receipts in labeled folders and enjoys seeing a maintenance-required light just to prove how predictable life can be, the RAV4 is your mechanical soulmate. Number 3. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V is basically the SUV equivalent of that one coworker who never calls in sick, never complains, and somehow still shows up early every day. In 2025, it's still a compact SUV that refuses to break down or grow old. According to Consumer Reports, the CR-V regularly scores a 4 out of 5 for reliability, and older models have been seen crossing 300,000 miles without a breakdown-worthy story to tell. This isn't just some myth from a Honda owners forum. Real CR-Vs with real mileage are still out there quietly doing their job like it's 2006. You can get into a 2025 CR-V for around $30,000, which, considering how long it lasts, works out to less than a dime per mile if you really stretch its legs. Its maintenance schedule is about as surprising as a calendar reminder: oil, filters, tires, repeat. The CR-V doesn't develop quirks as it ages, and you're not going to need a second mortgage to keep it on the road. It just drives, year after year. What makes the CR-V so legendary is how utterly boring it is in the best possible way. There are no costly tantrums, no random component failures. It just keeps going like a well-fed hamster on a wheel. Whether you're commuting through LA traffic or surviving Minnesota winters, this thing shows up, ready to do the same exact thing tomorrow. It doesn't care about trends, rivals, or resale forums. It's just here to quietly outlive most of the vehicles on the road today. Number 2. Lexus GX. The Lexus GX isn't just reliable, it's legendary for being practically indestructible. In 2025, it remains one of the few full-size luxury SUVs that could survive the apocalypse and still show up for your 8 a.m. meeting. Built on a rugged body-on-frame platform, the GX continues to ride the same bones that have helped many of its older siblings cross the 300,000-mile line without ever developing an appetite for repair shops. Consumer Reports has given it a reliability score of 5 out of 5 in several recent years, and that reputation isn't just hype. It's earned through decades of real-world proof. The starting price for a 2025 GX lands around $60,000. Pricey, sure, but when you consider it's likely to last longer than 3 generations of smartphones, 2 roofs, and maybe even your dental work, the value becomes crystal clear. What makes the GX stand out isn't just how long it lasts, but how little it asks from you while doing it. Minimal fuss, low-maintenance surprises, and a drivetrain that's more consistent than a sunrise. This SUV has been known to conquer high mileage like it's going on a weekend trip. It doesn't matter if you're stuck in rush hour or crawling through snowstorms in the Rockies. This thing keeps pushing forward like it's contractually obligated to never die. And let's be honest, there's something deeply satisfying about a luxury SUV that's as overbuilt as it is underrated. While others are booking service appointments, GX owners are busy racking up miles like it's a loyalty program. Number 1. Toyota Land Cruiser. The Toyota Land Cruiser doesn't just have a reputation for reliability, it's basically the gold standard. In 2025, the legend returns to the US with a fresh design but the same old philosophy: build it to last, then overbuild it for good measure. This isn't marketing fluff, it's global proof. The Land Cruiser has been known to run for over 400,000 miles without a single breakdown that would make a mechanic raise an eyebrow. Consumer Reports has consistently rated it with top-tier reliability scores, often 5 out of 5, and its legacy is strong enough to make other SUVs feel like temporary rentals by comparison. The price tag in 2025 starts at around $65,000, and while that's no small number, you're not just buying an SUV, you're investing in something that'll probably still be running when electric cars are complaining about battery health. It's engineered like it's planning to survive a war zone, but it behaves like a calm, quiet giant in your driveway. Owning a Land Cruiser is like adopting an eternal companion. It doesn't age so much as it gains wisdom. Maintenance is simple, parts are widely available, and its engine has the kind of long-term endurance usually reserved for tortoises and national monuments. If you're hunting for something that can outlive you, your kids, and maybe even your financial planner, the Land Cruiser is as close to immortal as a vehicle gets. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.